The only lies in this case are hers, not theirs. Nobody. All the Mail did was they published a letter that she had written to her dad. So first of all, not a lie. They've just reproduced it.
She has a lot of audacity, doesn't she?
She does, but she forgot, of course, that she told somebody to write a nice book about her. She didn't remember that.
Yeah, that bit.
Until later.
She amazes me. Actually, no, she doesn't. She does.
Have you ever known anybody like her?
I thank the Lord not. I have a very small circle of people around me. So someone like her definitely couldn't get through the screening. But for me, I think what baffles me the most, not about her, but it's about Harry. What are you doing with this woman?
He doesn't know. He's not allowed to say.
Because it's like chalking. I know opposites attract, but I really don't understand. Like, everything, I can understand his dissatisfaction in the royal family. I don't understand why he didn't leave earlier, to be honest, but that's on him.
Right.
But everything, he's always used to talk about sort of being down to earth and hating pretentious people and all of that. That's exactly what your wife is.
She's about as pretentious as you can get, isn't she?
And this, the weird thing is, I remember like 3 years ago being at uni and watching her royal wedding and all of that. I didn't actually have an opinion on sort of the whole Meghan Markle Harry situation up until the point of the Oprah interview. So it was quite later on. And the reason why I didn't is because I knew there was always a slant with the media that they didn't necessarily like her. But I was like, they were horrible to Fergie and Kate anyway. Right. So I just thought it's the usual like hazing, right? Sure. The media hazing. So I didn't really have much of an opinion on that. I didn't think she was one way or another. But also she would
have known that would be likely to happen.
Yeah, I don't think she deserved it. I don't think anyone deserves that sort of treatment.
But except that wasn't how it started. You know those memes where it goes, how it started, how it's going.
So yeah, exactly.
When she came to,
she was
a
media darling.
Country, she was everybody's darling. Yeah. The wedding was covered with a great deal of sort of dignity.
I remember it. I remember
everybody was
watching
happy.
It with my friends.
It was a lovely day out in Windsor. Everyone was really.
The weather was lovely that day.
And also, the main narrative of that was, isn't it great to see the royal family sort of modernising?
Exactly.
Suddenly they've got somebody who's not white, who's coming into the family, who's not British, who is coming from a completely different culture, America. It's going to be great. And then it all went wrong because of her, not because of anybody else.
But that was the thing. So I was like, I didn't really pay much attention to the whole, she's like, I didn't pay much attention to the media around her. And then the Oprah interview came out, and I just thought, this is the tackiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
And
stage managed in a terribly bad way.
It's horrible. But what's his name? Charles is suing that American publisher for calling the royal racist.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and I just think, so we've gotten to this point that your father-in-law, who I'm not sure you've seen in years, has to sue an American publisher for calling the royal racist because you insinuated that someone in the royal family questioned the skin color of Archie, which is absolutely baffling to me because I don't know what other skin color he could possibly be. Right. But why would
her skin color is not particularly dark, and I know that
I could say she's beige.
I'm not supposed to say that, but you can
she's very fair skinned mixed race lady. Yeah. But my argument is, why would you say that someone in the royal family made a racist remark and play sort of whack-a-mole and say, oh, but it wasn't him or wasn't him, but not state who it was? Right. Because whether you want to or not, you're tarnishing the royal family with that brush. All of them. And for me, that was so tacky and immature, and that's when I really was just like, okay.
And he looked embarrassed as well. My take on all of that is that he, in order to try and get into her good books, at one point or other said, oh, you'll never guess what so-and-so said about Archie.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she took it and sort of ran with it.
Yeah, she was so indignified.
Turned it into something that it really wasn't. So when she was asked about it, and Oprah did that ludicrous kind of, wow, as if she didn't know that was going to be said. Like they hadn't talked about it before. And then he kind of just looked a bit sheepish, didn't he?
But this is the thing. So coming from a more neutral perspective, because I'll be honest, I really didn't care about the sort of tabloid coverage of Meghan Markle. Right. That was, for me, that was where we drew the line, because I just thought you have no respect for your husband's family. I don't think your husband has respect for his own family. No. And I
don't think he has respect for himself, to be honest.
Really. And that is one of the most immature and tackiest things you could ever do, to kind of point the finger at an institution, but not the person, and make the person who said that take responsibility for it. Because isn't that what adults do? If someone does something wrong, you call them out on it and just let them deal with the consequences.
Yeah, you don't kind of tarnish every single person
in the royal family.
It's like somebody saying, somebody at Talk Radio is racist.
Okay, who is it?
Talk
Radio is a massive institution.
Right, who is it? I can't tell you that.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts on her. I just think I just think she's tacky. She and her husband are very tacky.
I think so. I don't think they're ever coming back.
I hope not. Doesn't Harry have some tax issues to sort out? Because if he stays
there, he'll have to start paying tax in America.
Yeah.
Which he's never done. I mean, this is a guy who's never paid tax.
Period.
He thinks that the sun shines out of his backside.
But the thing is, he still has a British passport.
He does.
And wouldn't the IRS be able to investigate him and any sort of?
Well, the point is that if you and I've lived
finances
there as well as here, as long as you pay tax somewhere, basically the HMRC and the IRS can agree on that. But he doesn't have to pay tax here, I don't think, unless he absolutely gives up his royal status.
But I think there is a limit. So I think once you reach a certain threshold, you have to pay like 5% on your foreign earnings. And that includes your foreign sort of bank accounts, which is linked to the royal family. Assuming he wasn't completely cut off by, his dad,
he was completely cut off. He only got 30 million.
Oh,
that's what he said. He said, I've been cut off by my father, who hasn't paid me any money. Then it turned out his father had actually given him 4 million the year before. But he's got a 30 million.
What do you do with that kind of money?
He's got a £30 million trust fund. Well, I bet it doesn't go far with Meghan.
That's from Diana. Then.
Yeah. But he's hardly been cut off.
Yeah.
He's got a £30 million trust fund. I'm sorry, you can't say that you've been financially abandoned by anyone. And plus, he wasn't anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 million a year would do me.
How shameless do you have to be as a man in your mid-30s to sit on in an interview and complain that your father has cut you off?
At age 38. We're trying hard to be financially independent. Congratulations. Yeah, I did that when I was 18.
18, yeah, you're just 20 years late.
Right.
How shameless do you have? Oh, if I was his dad, I would have just been like,
I know.
Don't even.
I think his dad had said one or two things which I can't repeat. But I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That apparently has been said. But listen, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
I don't know where the time goes.